Hi everyone, this is a video specifically for eczema sufferers. The chances are you're on my channel because of that. So I wanted to talk about the psychology of eczema. If you've seen the main video I've done on eczema, it's really about revealing the root cause of it, which is inflammation. And there's a number of reasons why we get inflammation in the body. Okay, it may be a genetic predisposition, but ultimately it's the environment that we keep in our bodies which determines whether we suffer from this genetic predisposition or not, i.e. whether we turn on those genes or not. By what we eat, how much we move, how much we manage emotions, and also kind of managing the toxins we're exposed to in the environment. So not going to talk too much about that now. If you want to have more information on that, I do have a program at theeczemasolution.com which will teach you all about reversing this. So what I want to talk about now is the psychology of eczema. Now this is a really fascinating one because it starts off as being something that's triggered through irritation. So we become itchy because of what we're eating or what we're consuming or what we're exposed to or stress. We all know that stress can be a trigger. But ultimately, it tends to start off with an irritation from inside. So the inflammatory response in our body creates this itchiness or whatever it is that we're experiencing, dry, flaky skin or infections or whatever, anything like that is from inside the body. And then the psychology of it is fascinating because initially it starts off with an itch. And then over time, it becomes something that we kind of get used to. So it becomes habitual. So what tends to happen is we tend to scratch for no reason. So then we need to understand why we're doing that. So effectively we've unconsciously trained our minds to scratch in times of stress or habitually. I used to wake up in the morning and start scratching for no reason, literally no reason. I wouldn't be itchy, it was habitual. It's a habit. So when I work one-on-one with clients, this is something I really focus on, obviously, as well as the other things, but this is a big one because it's a behavioral thing. So we need to kind of retrain our minds not to scratch. So when we're stressed, if we're eczema sufferers, the first thing we do is we start scratching. It's our go-to mechanism. It's what we do. And we need to kind of become observers of our own actions, really. Isn't it so annoying when someone says to you, Neil, stop scratching, or whatever your name is, stop scratching. It's annoying, and it makes you want to scratch more. It makes you want to rebel and scratch more. When we do it upon ourselves, or when we take it upon ourselves to really kind of catch ourselves when we're scratching, or even we might go to someone we like and trust and appreciate, for us to actually say to them, hey, can you just let me know if I'm scratching, because I'm doing it unconsciously. I used to do it unconsciously in school and at university, and if you've seen that main one, people used to heckle me for it. That's a real thing, it used to happen. So I used to do it unconsciously, so I'm sure you know what I'm talking about here. So when we become more kind of conscious of when we're scratching, we can start to put an end to that process, just literally by saying, you catch yourself, you might do a fist or something, and just say, change. Because something quite clever happens here. And there's a term in neuroscience, I'm not going to go too crazy on this, but this is something I've learned quite recently actually, that says nerve cells that wire together, fire together. Sorry, nerve cells that fire together, wire together. And this is really about how habits are created. So imagining how we started off by creating this new habit, which started off with an irritation. And over time that becomes a habit, it becomes pleasurable, it becomes addictive, it becomes unconscious. So we need to kind of catch ourselves when we are scratching and just firstly go, hang on, am I even itchy now? Because most of the time when we're scratching, we're not actually itchy, and this is how it ends up going all over our bodies, because we're like, it becomes this thing. So we need to kind of catch ourselves, maybe make a fist and say something empowering to yourself, like, hey, I've got this, I love having clear skin, I love having clear skin, I love having clear skin. Whatever works for you, something positive and empowering, whatever works for you. Think of something like that. But ultimately, we want to become conscious observers of our actions. It's like being the conscious observer of our behaviors. So then we can catch ourselves in the middle of it. And then the more we do this, the more we say change, the more we stop ourselves in our track, the more we break these connections in our brain which have created the habit. So again, nerve cells that fire together, wire together. When we catch ourselves in that habit, we can actually break the habit. And it's quite a cool mechanism. So, little thought for you. I hope you can put that into action. If you've got any thoughts on this or questions, hit me up, because this is quite a big topic. And go to Eczema, theeczemasolution.com if you'd like to join my program, and also if you'd like coaching. Hope you found that useful. Check out the other videos. See you in the next one.